Hello, and today we'll be playing Remember the Flowers. We're going to go ahead and start chapter 15 now. The main lobby is as busy as ever. Patients line up in the waiting room while the nurses try to direct them to the proper areas to be treated. Good evening, Mr. Krager. Back already? A small mink greets me from the reception desk. She seems to have taken a liking to me. Every time I pass through, she always tries to strike up a conversation. Afternoon, Meredith, and yeah, I'm just heading over to the cafeteria. I hear they're serving lobster and potato soup today, along with a side of fresh baked bread. Ugh, seafood. I might put a custom order, and not a huge fan of shellfish. Always going against the grain, huh? How do you mean? Just a feeling I get from you. I know you're relatively new around here, but the fact that you were recruited for such a high-ranking position tells me a lot. Great. I prefer people know as little about me as possible, but I guess that's just not possible around here. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I just really respect the work you've done. I'm sure the person I executed a few days ago would disagree. Don't worry about it. I'm not the most talkative guy as it is. Well, if there's anything you need, feel free to give us a call. We're always here to help. I heard something along those lines more than I can count. It's like these people get off on being civil servants. I'll keep that in mind. I'm going to go eat now. Have a good day. You as well. Have a good one. With a nod, I continue to the cafeteria. Maybe I should be wearing my helmet while on base. The noise cancellation could come in handy. The line to get in is pretty long as per usual. The resistance wishes it had food this good. That reminds me, I should put in my order before waiting. Take my Axiom out to start my order. It's a little more expensive to do a custom order, but it's usually worth it. I've come to accept that I make good money here. While ordering, my ears pick up some whispering in front of me. Hey, is that? Oh my god, it is. I've never seen one in person. I tilt my head up to see who's talking. There's a couple people in front of that are staring at me a few spaces up in line. They start letting people cut them until they eventually land in front of me. Oh, it is a real Arcadia Carter. Oh, the impulse to growl at them was strong. But I've come to learn that it's easier to just play nice. Well, as nice as I can be. Can you not stare at me? It's weirding me out. Oh, sorry, it's just... Are you one of the higher ups? Like one of the fraction? Most people think the fraction are law enforcement, but they're really residence guard dogs. So what if I am? What's it to you? Well, it's just... Why are you waiting in line? Can't you just go to the front? It could, I might if you keep bothering me. Sorry. We aren't trying to annoy you. We just wanted to thank you for all you've done. I'm getting deja vu. You don't know anything about me. Well, I know that they only give Arcadia colors to the best of the best. They're so cool. I hope to get one eventually. Maybe we can work together one day. I can feel my blood start to boil, but I do my best to keep my anger hidden. These poor fools. Melissa, I tried to at least defuse the situation. Look, I don't think you know what it is you're signing up for. If I were you, I'd be content just living life as you always have. I'm sure it's tough work, but if it's for a good cause, I think I could handle it. Me too. It's always been my dream to become a hero. How old are you two? What's her name? A Dalmatian salutes me first as he introduces himself. Forgive me, sir. My name is Cole. I'm 19 years old. It's an honor to meet you. And unknowingly, the cat follows suit. And my name is Sam. I'm also 19 years old. Thank you for your service. Ugh. Cooler with the theatrics, will ya? I'm off the clock, so I'm just a regular guy. Sir, yes, sir. For fuck's sake. You're both young. I take some time to really think about what you want to do in the future. Don't sell your soul for something you don't completely comprehend. That way you can live your life without regrets. I think back to the days in the Resistance and Grimace. Oh wow. You're the advice from a member of the Fraction. So cool. I can practically see the stars in their eyes as they gaze up at me. I cover my eyes with my paw and stick my hand. Are you even listening? Of course, don't worry. We decided to work here for a long time. We decided to work here a long time ago. It's been really fulfilling. It's like I'm helping people every day. Yeah, well, I bite my tongue. I'm not risking getting electrocuted just for talking to a couple of teens. Just do what makes you happy, I guess. Not my place to judge. The line's been thinning out as we've been talking. We are nearly at the front. I appreciate it, sir. Don't worry. We'll be careful. Well, the terrorist attacks, we kind of have to be, but I think we'll be able to handle it. Right, Cole? Right. An optimistic dog and cat. It reminds me of the old days. I guess I have nothing left to say. Go get your food. You're up. Of course, thank you again, sir. Just call me Lance. Okay, thank you, Mr. Lance. Did you even hear what I said? Sorry, force of habit. See you around. They go to get their lunch. Despite it all, I can't help but smile as I watch them. They're good kids, even if they work for a place like this. Sir, it's your turn. Alright, I'll take a policeman asked him, realizing I didn't have a chance to submit my custom order. There goes my smile. Waking up at Aaron's is always a treat. As safe as I feel at the base, sometimes it's nice to be met with sunlight first thing in the morning. Aaron keeps some skincare products in the guest bathroom for me nowadays. It's so cold and dry up here that I need to make sure to stay moisturized. While applying some lotion, I smell something. Aaron must be cooking breakfast downstairs. I don't want to keep him waiting, so I rush through brushing my hair and teeth before throwing on my shirt from yesterday. I make my way down the spiral staircase and see Aaron cooking up something in the kitchen. Oh, good morning, Cyrus. Hope you slept well. Hard not to, that bed is a... I make my way down the staircase. I make my way down the spiral staircase and see Aaron cooking up something in the kitchen. Oh, good morning, Cyrus. Hope you slept well. Hard not to, that bed is divine. I keep telling you that it's okay to move in. I don't think we're there yet, bud. Huh. You sound like just like Silver. I laughed nervously. It's not all subtle. Yeah, anyway, I pulled a chair up to the table. You mentioned you wanted to go shopping yesterday. Do you still want to? Sure, as much as I hate to admit it, you're going to be in a lot of danger working with us. Want to make sure you're well prepared for an encounter. Have some ideas what we can get you. Don't keep me in suspense. Let's hear it. Aaron chuckles. Someone's excited. First, I think we should get you some new clothes. I realize now that most of the clothes I got you are pretty baggy. I'm sure they're comfortable, but not practical if you get in a fight. As for weapons, can't go wrong with brass knuckles or a pocket knife. It looks like Kevin and Silver have been training you pretty well. Speaking of, Silver's been helping me with my marksmanship. I was thinking about getting a pistol for myself while on the go. That's not a bad idea. I think I have some suggestions. I just hope they work with your axiom. What do you mean? Some models of Axiom can connect to the guns they use without getting too complicated. You have nearly infinite ammo in a clip. Combat Axioms are uncommon. They're custom made and fit your hand like a glove. By holding something that needs to be reloaded, it can transfer ammo out of storage directly into the gun. Well, that sounds handy. It can be, though I've been told they feel really heavy on the hand, not the most practical. Plus, if they get damaged, you're screwed. Snipers use them a lot. I look over my Axiom. I start theorizing. If I can change its shape, maybe I can change it into something like that. Does Lambert Peak have a weapon shop we can look at? Not really. This place is a little too quiet for an arms dealer. And now a few spots we can port to for quality gear. I can show you around my hometown too. And Killer, right? Alright, you been there before? Yeah, it feels like ages ago, though. I could use a refresher. Then we could stop there, for sure. Aaron prepares for the food he was cooking and then Breezebear serving. Hope you like scrambled eggs. You gotta start eating more protein if you're going to hang out with us. Aaron sits down and plate of scrambled eggs, a couple of sausage links, and a side of home fries. Huh, I think I can handle that. Then we can start there for sure. Aaron prepares the food he was cooking, and then Breezebear serving. Hope you like scrambled eggs. You gotta start eating more protein if you're going to hang with us. Aaron sets down a plate of scrambled eggs, a couple of sausage links, and a side of home fries. Huh, I think I can handle that. And no sugar for your coffee. Wait, I'm kidding. I have a sweet tooth, too, as you can see. He casually passed his belly before sitting down with me. I'm usually not too picky, but I can't handle bitterness. Sugar is a must for my coffee. Duly noted. I'll make sure to make lots of desserts when I get the chance. If you need a taste tester, you know where to find me. Absolutely, Karen can come along too. She loves sweets. Maybe I can find something for her when we go shopping then. Always thinking of your friends, huh? I was already thinking of getting her some tools for her garage at some point, but wasn't sure what to get. I can help with that for sure. We can help some auto salts along the way. Hell yeah. Come on, let's eat. I'm excited to get this day started. Don't have to tell me twice. With vigor, we start to chow down on our breakfast. Within 15 minutes, we go from plates full of food to washing them in the kitchen. I grab my jacket out of my Axiom and then throw it on. Alright, ready? Ready. Let's head down to Tungsten first to get you some new gear. Where's that on the map? Aaron takes out his Axiom to show me where this Tungsten is. It's still northern, but in the middle of the country. The north middle, I guess. Huh. Looks like it's where North Dakota was. Dakota? Is there a South Dakota? What? No, that would be ridiculous. There's an East Dakota, though. You had to be there. Apparently. Aaron replies sheepishly, which gets me to laugh. I'll just mess with you, son. I'll just mess with you. Come on, let's go. Okay, let's get going. Aaron heads towards his door and then begins typing on a keypad. I swear every code he types is well over 20 digits long. Eventually there's a beep, followed by light flashing underneath the door. Shall we? Let's. Aaron offers me his paw, which I gladly take before calmly escorting me through the port. Upon exiting the capsule, Aaron carefully hops off of the platform before picking me up and set me on the ground. There you go. You alright? Yes, sir, 100%. Good. Ready to go shopping? Yes, please. Aaron chuckles before leading me down the strip. I had never been to North Dakota, but I wasn't sure what to expect. But if I had to describe this place, I'd say it's very metropolitan. It's uncanny how known this place looks compared to everywhere else I've been to. Do you come here often? On occasion. The helpful thing about ports is that it's easy to go all over for specific things. I'll come here for quality and durable clothes, a killer for weapons, Lemon Peak for food, and so on. I never thought about stopping that way. That is pretty convenient. Just try not to port 2 months. It's easy to get sick from it. Noted. As we walk along the shops, various windows catch my eye. Not always in a good way. There are some gaudy outfits out on display. Really hope Aaron doesn't try to make me wear something ugly. We're here. And look up at the shop Aaron stops us in front of. It says Quality Twig above the door. Real name. A little, but I think they'll do the job. Aaron leads me inside. He has the crouch to fit through the door frame. Sometimes I forget how big he really is. Hello, anyone home? Oh yes, hello. A little hand wave from behind the counter. One moment please, just got a scraping sound comes from the other side. Get the stool over here. I look over at Aaron with skepticism. He looks sheepish. Trust me, it'll be worth it. There, phew. That was a workout. Hate having to move this thing all over the store. A familiar small seat climbs up the stool and greets us. Her name tag says Mawatha. I know I've met her before, but where? Welcome to Quality Twig. If you need anything, please let me know so I can assist you. Absolutely. We'll be browsing, but we'll holler if we need something. Ready, Cyrus? Oh, yeah, I think so. Is something wrong, sir? I put my left fist in the palm of my hand and my right hand in an aha moment. Oh, you work at Tensia, right? Huh? Oh, now I recognize you. You really changed in the span of a few short months, didn't you? Tell me about it. I hope you've been well. You looked a little worse for wear the last time I saw you. And about Tensia, they kinda sorta fired me soon after we met, actually. They said I slept on the job 2 months. Can you believe that? Yes, actually. But they were making you work weird hours anyway. That's a rich city for you. They think just because you can afford to hire people for graveyard shifts, we don't have lives of our own. Tell me about it. Well, I hope this new job has been treating you better. Oh, it has. I'm a bit too short for this store, but that's usually how it goes for me. If we need some help, we'll come over here instead of you moving all around. Oh, you just the sweetest thing. I'm glad that part of you hasn't changed since we last met, and look at that hair. So stylish. Thanks. I did have some help with it. It was a disaster for a while. It certainly came out looking good. Alright. I'll stop wasting your time. Go get some shopping done. This man will be back. I smiled at her before turning to Aaron. Know each other? Yeah, I met her when I was in Tensia. I actually got my first outfit after escaping there. I think it was pretty expensive. I'm not surprised. That place is mainly for rich people. Real place to wake up to, that's for sure. Sorry about that again. Don't worry about it. Come on. Let's do what she asked us to do. Let's do what she asked us to in the shop. You got it. We start to browse through the many racks of clothes in the store. Now that I think about it, this is the first time in a long time that I've been able to shop for myself. I remember the days where I would save what little extra funds I had to spend on designer clothing. Looking back, it was a little pretentious, but considering how our family was in the beginning, it was nice to buy luxury items like that when I could. Since he had a lot of gaudy looking clothing when I was there, I guess I need to educate myself on what's considered fashionable nowadays. Aaron looks like he's shopping for himself as well. From time to time, he finds a jacket and then stretches it over his chest to see if it will fit. Being nearly 7 foot tall, he hasn't had the best luck. Shopping for myself hasn't been easy either, but proportions are still kinda awkward. I built up a little muscle, but being 6 feet tall means clothes are either too tight or too big. After a little digging, I head up to the front desk and ask where the changing rooms are. Martha jokes that they're not nearly as fancy as the ones in Tensia, but I don't mind. I don't need an AI to help me with the lights. That's just weird. To my relief, the changing room is pretty standard. They're very reminiscent of the ones local department stores had in my time. The only difference is the choice in the decor. It looks a little tacky to me, but I'll manage. I brought in 3 pairs of pants, 4 shirts, and 3 jackets I thought might look good. After stripping down to my underwear and folding my clothes up, I look at myself in the mirror. Man, times have changed. I start with the pants, which are somewhat slim fitted. I tried getting a size bigger than I normally would in case I would grow into them. They reminded me the most of jeans out of everything. I tried moving around each pair, even throwing in some basic kicks for good measure. Thankfully, 2 of them fit just right. The third is just a tad too big. I decided to buy all 3 of them anyway. The shirts aren't as big as of a deal for me. They can be a little baggy and still be functional. 2 are long sleeved, 1 short sleeve, and the last one has no sleeves. None of them have collars. I figured they make for good undershirts with jackets that way. 2 of the jackets are long sleeved, the last one being short. I figured variety would be important while out and about. One of the long sleeve jackets is too big, while the other 2 fit pretty well. I took myself over in the mirror for each of them. None of the clothing particularly stands out. The jeans are dark blue or black, while the jackets are black with dark accent colors. I figured darker clothes would match my hair better. I kinda like the aesthetic. Back in my time, I always dressed preppy. Now I feel kinda punk. It feels good being able to accessorize again. After folding out the clothes I'm not wearing, my eyes meet my jacket, Will Lance's jacket. Running my hand over it again, I can feel just how worn it is compared to the new clothes. It's softer. For just a moment, I wonder about how he's doing. Such a dumb dog. I put my own clothes in my accident before heading out of the dressing room to meet Aaron. Aaron's already at the front desk talking to Martha. I see her bow her head a lot while Aaron rubs the back of his. Hey guys, what's up? Oh hey Saz, I just want. I'm sorry, we don't carry sizes any bigger than that. I'll talk with corporate right away. It's not your fault. I'm used to that when I go clothes shopping. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. She chastises out loud, which I'm hoping is meant for the store owners. Seriously, it's okay, ma'am. I can try somewhere else. Well, you really shouldn't have. Well, you really shouldn't have to. Aaron tries to calm her down without much success. I don't normally shop here anyway. I came to bring my friend who needs new clothes. He gestures towards me, the friend. That makes me happy. Do you find anything, Cyrus? Looks like he's pleading with me to save him from the situation he accidentally created. Well, yes, I did, thank you. I present my haul to the 2 of them. But I do admit it would be nice if you found something too, Axel. I typically get custom clothing nowadays. He says with a sigh. Martha is still fuming behind the counter. Well, I'm glad someone found something today, honestly. I promise you it's quite alright, ma'am. Seeing a small seep make everyone concerned makes me chuckle. Adorable. I hand over the clothes to purchase. When Martha rings them up, I freeze. Fuck. Why am I so stupid? I don't have a lot of money. Everyone doesn't even hesitate to pay for them. It's my tweet, Cyrus. Sorry, Axel. I got carried away while shopping. Don't think anything of it. It was my idea to go shopping after all. Still, at least let me buy lunch to make up for it. I think that's a fair trade. Oh boys, oh, oh you boys are so sweet. Y'all must be pretty close. Well, I can't deny that. Neither can I. Once we're done paying for everything, we head back outside. It's still a bit early for us, so we decide to keep stopping before we break for lunch. Shifting around time zones makes it a little hard to keep track of meal time, though. One minute we were in Alaska, now we're in North Dakota. Wish I had this kind of technology back home. So what now? Weapons supplies? I was thinking of weapons shopping for you, though. I just remember a speed bump. Oh, what's that? The place is usually the place I usually shop at is a bit inaccessible, at least by teleporting. The closest port is in this town over, and I hate for you to have to walk all that way. Oh, that's not that bad. It's about a 10-minute trek. Ah, it's annoying, but it's honestly a good place to get weapons. It's sort of a black market, so they actually prefer not to have ports close by. That's annoying, but it makes sense. So because of that, hang on, going to call in some backup. Oh? You'll see. Let's head over to the nearest town. He smiles. He leads me back to the ports. It all leaves me curious. It wasn't long until I understood what backup meant. Everyone ports us over to the closest town to wait, especially by the big gates for vehicles. After about 10 minutes, both Silver and Karen speed through on motorbikes to pick us up. Evan feels proud of his little surprise. Heard you boys need a ride. Still do. Thanks again for coming out. A little bit short notice, but I have free time today. I took it nervously. I honestly have no idea he called you both, but I guess it was this or walk for hours. Seriously, thanks a bunch. Don't worry about it, Cyrus. Aaron hops onto Kevin's bike, and I do the same with Silver's. Once we're both situated, we take off. We'll be there soon. Start thinking of things you want. Get a big gun, like a really big gun. He needs to get something he can actually use. Why can't he use a big gun? Because right now he can barely use a small gun. Oh, don't worry, Si. You'll get used to it. Right. I can hear Aaron chuckling. Jokes aside, ideally you want something that can be easily stored. We'll look for some pistols and extra knives. Maybe some smoke bombs and grenades. Big gun, big gun, big gun. Maybe next time, Rose. How about a sniper rifle? That's big enough for you? Oh, hell yeah. You want to learn to snipe? I thought about it. It would keep me out of danger for the most part, right? That's a good point. It would be perfect for you, now that I think about it. Then you can actually pull the trigger? Probably not right away, but I could learn. It's a tough thing to learn, Silas. Silas is pretty tough, but not so sure on the, killing part. I've been thinking about what you said, Silas, about how ironic it would be for you to kill someone when you were training to be a doctor. I know in the spur of the moment you said you were ready for this, but are you really prepared to take someone's life? Guess it depends on the situation. I don't know. I'd like to think I could if I need to. You will, especially if you stick with us. Not to be a party pooper, Silas, but pretty words will only get you so far in this industry. I appreciate it, Talon. Believe me, I know. I thought about what it means to take a life a couple of times. It's easy to coat it with things that like they deserve it, or I had no choice, or some other bullshit. So as of right now, I'm not sure if I can. I guess that's something I'll figure out when the time comes. Hey guys, no need to get so serious. We're not on our way to buy him weapons to defend himself, Axel. This is serious. Aaron quiets. I know you can pull a trigger at the firing range, but shooting someone for real is a hell of a lot different. Come to think of it, has Silas ever been in a real fight before? Not really, no. Maybe it's time to up your training then. You have plenty of sparring partners, you know? Just don't go easy on him. You need to know what it's like out in the wild. Don't have to tell me twice. Oi. The rest of the trip was quiet and kind of awkward. I feel bad that Silver snapped at Aaron, but I can't deny he made some good points. What is it like to have killing intent? Will I be able to go through it? Questions like this piled up in my head. It reminds me of the anxiety I had after submitting my thesis. I know I study a lot, but does that translate into a practical setting? Look at Silver as he's driving. Maybe the next time we're alone, I'll ask him for advice on what to do. Though I probably already know the answer. I can't think about trying to kill someone, I just have to do it. To the need arise. But when do I use lethal force? Will I know? I'm getting confused just by thinking about it. I hope it's not something I have to do anytime soon. I guess that's also not up to me either. We're almost there. I look forward, and sure enough, I see a town over the horizon. It's been a hot minute since we've been to Golden Requiem. I wonder if they have any new shit I want. The town is called Golden Requiem? Yeah, right. Just a bit of an odd name. Does it mean something? Kinda. Requiem is a song meant for the dead, something to remember them by. Sounds like the perfect name for a place absolutely littered with guns and weapons. Morbid as usual. What can I say? I'm good at killing things. Sets as a mood. Oh. I even hear Aaron chuckle at that. Shut up. As Golden Requiem gets closer, I think more about that name. The original Requiem was never finished, leaving it up to another composer to complete it. A bittersweet ending, to say the least. Now that we're actually in the town of Golden Requiem, I definitely get a black market vibe from it. The streets are littered with stalls filled with weapons, illegal drugs, or both. I guess they're not technically illegal. My rudimentary understanding of the quote unquote legal system in this nameless country always throws me for a loop. Right now, every city or town has its own set of laws, which reminds me of Hollywood depictions of the Wild West. My interpretation is that community is more important than laws and regulations. Even now, I'm not really sure what I make of it. In any case, we make good on our word and start our shopping spree. Silver drags Karen away from Aaron and me, but not before winking. I pull on my right eyelid and stick my tongue at him in a very mature way. Aaron questions me. What is that for? Oh, it's a sign of intense respect back where I'm from. I say with a huff. Aaron chuckles. The sarcasm is just oozing from your words. What can I say? I'm getting better at being petty again. Not sure why you need to be petty. They just went to an auto parts shop, right? It's a long story. If you say so. Aaron looks up and down the street. We're on to get a lay of the land. You should probably stick close to me. Go to the rec room can be pretty unpredictable. Got it. Should I get a knife out or something? if you want, just keep it hidden. I nod before rolling my jacket sleeve up to use CAI. Now that I think about it, I haven't shown Evan my progress with my axiom. CAI, switch to attack mode. Understood. The axiom starts to glow a verdant green before shifting form ever so slightly. Instead of an arm guard, it changes into a gauntlet shape that covers my hand. Much like a suit of armor, the area where my knuckles are is covered in metal plating. Underneath it is a mesh material with an axiom poured across my palm. I whisper to catch Aaron's attention. Psst. Aaron, watch this, huh? With a single thought, I'm able to materialize a knife right in the palm of my hand. What's the thing? Pretty cool. It's unbelievable. I had no idea it could move like that. I adjust my knife to my free hand and showcase how flexible my dominant hand is. I can grab and flex my arm almost as if it was a glove. I bet it's a little heavier. I intentionally leave out the fact that CAI digs further into my arm to achieve this feat. In my free time, I've been thinking more and more on how to fight and figure instant access to weapons would be handy. Absolutely. In that case, we should definitely look into getting you pistols. Who knows, maybe with enough practice I can just change pistols in and out instead of reloading them. Just remember to actually keep them all reloaded in between skirmishes. Yes, sir. I decided to take my long sleeve jacket off and store it, opting instead for a short sleeve one. Now more than ever, I'm glad to have covered up my scars. It's awkward to use CAI while wearing long sleeve clothes. Early on the side closet, I put my hair up in a ponytail before taking one of my vitamin balls. If I'm going into this world of blood and death, I need to be prepared at all times. Alright, ready? Absolutely, let's get started. Everyone looks at each stall one by one, giving each a passing glance. His usual happy attitude has been replaced with a more serious one. He even has his eyes open while walking. That alone makes this place seem scary. The energy from my medicine kicks in, leaving me on high alert. It's similar to caffeine in a sense. Aaron stops in front of a particular stall. This one's filled with guns of different shapes and sizes. I feel like I'm at a tech convention of some kind surveying what everyone has to offer. The owner of the stall gets up from his seat to greet us. He's a surfer with both half of his teeth and an ear missing. Welcome, first wares. Stolen straight from Tensia just last week. Tell me, what are you interested in? I'm looking at for smaller weapons such as pistols and knives, maybe even submachine guns. Light artillery or energy base. Either is fine. Money an issue? Depends on the product. What are you shooting? People with whatever armor they're wearing. I see. Well, there's not a lot that would fit that description for a pistol. Everything. He's got a clipboard with several pages going through each of them one by one. The several taps it with a claw while he thinks, before a smile creeps on his mouth. I think I know just the thing. He turns around to rummage through a crate. After a minute, he comes back, presenting a sleek-looking handgun. It's a prototype that was yoinked while in transit. It's meant for combat-oriented axioms. He bends it in a way that looks like he's trying to break it. Instead, he actually reveals the chamber. Now, it connects to the axiom itself to calculate adjustments. You can pop whatever you want in here, and it'll convert it into a live round of ammunition. Got to the chase. What about its capabilities? I'm so glad you asked. I see your friend there just so happens to have a combat axiom. Want to give it a whirl? Me? Yes, sir. Nothing like a live demonstration, right? Look at Aaron. He crosses his arms and then nods for me to take it. Oh crap, I can't be looking insecure in a place like this. With a deep breath, I put on a more stern and focused expression. I take the gun. Getting a closer look at the thing is about the size of a magnum. Permission to connect, operator. Yes, do whatever you need to, CAI. CAI starts to warm up as I hold the gun. The shape changes slightly to fit my hand better, along with barely changing the design of the gun. Now it reminds me of the gun Lance had, while retaining its previous size. Dang, you're real natural. Now think about what you want to shoot out of that thing. Dirt, rocks, metal. You can make anything and everything into a bullet if you want. The zookeeper motions me over, here on the house. He presents me with a cylinder and some metal balls. See this here bullet case? Stick whatever you want in it, and that gun will adapt to the ammo and fire it. Put rocks, nails, or even bullets, and it'll fire. I stares at the zookeeper as he runs me through everything. I'm a bit concerned about how friendly he's being. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Load it up and fire it. What? Right here? Yeah, look to the right of the stall. Feel free to fire down that alleyway. Doubt anyone's in there right now. If there are, it's my property, and they should know better than to trespass. Sir, I decided to load the gun and do what he says, just to get out of this awkward situation. Hold the gun with both hands to steady it. Adjusting composition of weapon to accommodate foreign bullet. CAI speaks to me as I get ready to fire. And a strip on the side of the gun lights up, indicating that it's ready. I go before pulling the trigger. The sound reminds me of a shotgun, and several bullets fly from the end of the barrel at the same time like a shotgun, ricocheting all over the alley. I hear someone scream in pain. I pucker my lips, but I don't see who I shot. See? I told you to stop sleeping there. What did I say? Fuck you. The wounded person yells before running deeper into the alley. The nerve. Well, how do you like it? I don't know. Gotta try a few more shots? Fine by me. I'll even give you a discount for being my pest control for today. Thanks, I guess. I hold the gun in my left hand as I ask CAI to take different materials out of my axiom to test where I can fire. With each reload, CAI adjusts the weight of the gun to compensate. There's barely any recoil either. The versatility seems good on paper. Though having to reload every shot could be detrimental, I can definitely see myself using this to catch someone by surprise. Seems you've taken quite a liking to it. You can say that. There's definitely some positives and negatives to this kind of weapon. The long downtime is troublesome, but the versatility could come in handy. Well, how about this? As a bonus, I can throw in some more generic pistols I have in stock. They don't have the damage potential like the one you're holding, but you'll certainly be able to cycle through them easier. Cool, what's the catch? The shopkeeper raises his brows. Aaron gives me an approving smile. I can tell you're new around here, but something about you makes you seem right at home here. What's your story? Unfortunately, too long to tell right now. We have somewhere to be soon. I hear ya. Then how about this? The catch is that you may be your personal orange dealer. What do you say? I can't promise that. My life is unpredictable. I have to always weigh my options. Can't blame a guy for trying. At the very least, come around the next time you're in town. Not many people catch my eye, especially humans. Like I said, there's something about you. I'll take that as a compliment, then. What's your name? Huh, I never gave it to you. Did I? You can call me Scrap. I think that's not your real name. Absolutely not. Better advice around here. Don't give anyone an inch or they'll take a mile from you in a heartbeat. Considering how you tried conning us into buying more guns, I'd say that's accurate. Scrap shrugs. Again, can't blame a guy for trying, so who do I have the pleasure of doing business with? Scrap extends his paw for me to shake. and glance over at Aaron. He's watching carefully. Call me Ghost for the time being. With hair like that, that's mighty fitting. Thanks, I thought so too. With a firm grasp, we seal the deal. I can hear Aaron deflate as he steps back up to the stall. Glad you can hold your own during a negotiation. This is first time in a place like this? Kind of, again, long story. Then tell me some other time. You're holding up other potential customers after all. He cackles before scribbling something down on a piece of paper and then slides it to Aaron. First purchase is 10% off. Glad to do business with you folks. Aaron reads the paper and signs. If you say so, I'll pay you back, I promise. Don't worry about it. We gotta get you prepared. I'll just write it off as a business expense or something. Oh, what business are you running? The kind that puts noisy little cats to sleep. Scrap cackles again before Aaron takes his axiom out to give the servo a sizable bundle of plumes. Holy. It's been a pleasure, fellas. Now scram. He playfully shoos us away. I gladly use it as an excuse to leave. Dang, what a weirdo. Welcome to Golden Rec Room. We continue through the streets of Golden Rec Room, stopping by stores and stalls here and there. Despite being probably the worst looking place I've been to since waking up, it's one of the more lively communities I've visited. While keeping an open mind about everything, I still try to stay cautious when interacting with people. If Aaron wasn't with me, I doubt I'd make it far here. Makes me want to go back to the gym and work out some more. Despite that, we picked up a multitude of weapons and other useful things. I got grenades, flash bombs, bolt balls, and even some knives meant for throwing. As we walk, I try to practice materializing various weapons into the palm of my hand to get a good feel for them. Aaron eventually stops walking. He's looking intensely at his axiom. What's up? One of my informants who works here has some intel I've been waiting for. Aaron turns to look behind us. He's on the other side of town. Do you mind if I run over real quick? I'll be back in 10 minutes tops, promise. He's not even looking at me while he's asking. He's staring off into the distance. I don't know. Can I come with you to be safe? He won't let outsiders come see him. That's how he is, please. I mean, if it can't be helped, I think I can handle myself for that long. Hurry back, though, okay? Absolutely. Everyone's down the street. It's not long before he turns the corner. It's been a while since I've been left alone in public like this. I decided to wait against a wall to at least get a better view of my surroundings. I keep track of the time on my axiom. Damn, for someone who lived for over 300 years, a couple of minutes feels like an eternity. My heart rate picks up as I get more nervous. Everything and anything. Even. Excuse me. In a panic, I materialize a knife and wetted myself. Wait, I'm sorry, didn't mean to spook you. I slow my perception of time to get a good look at the man in front of me. Looked like a gray wolf, maybe just a little taller than me. As I look him over, I don't see any visible weapons. His clothes look very military inspired, with the weirdest aspect being the collar he has around his neck. His aesthetics clashes with his worried expression. I hesitate, but I bring myself back to the present while still holding my knife. What do you want? Just some directions. I'm here with a friend of my boss, but I got lost. This is my first time here. He doesn't seem like he's lying, but what the hell do I do? I'm sure they're around here somewhere. The town isn't that big after all. I know, but I've been looking all over. Please what? You haven't asked me anything. Oh, my name's Patsy. Nice to meet you. He sends a pot out for me, but I don't take it. You're going to get yourself killed out here, you know? Wouldn't be surprised. This place is really Oh, there they are. He excitedly waves to a couple of people walking towards us. One is a fairly unassuming dragon, but I'm so distracted I don't even pay him a second glance. There's a giant rhinoceros walking with him. He might even be taller than Aaron. Oi, Patsy, where the hell did you wander off to? He yells out to the gray wolf, who waves some more. I got lost again. Obviously. The dragon next to him scoffs. The wolf rubs the back of his head bashfully. I decided to hide my knife back in my axiom for the time being. That rhino could rip me in half if he wanted to. I told you not to wander off on your own, and look what happened. The rhino seems exasperated, but not surprised. Sorry, King, I got kinda excited. At least be excited where I could see you. I'm responsible for you, you're not after all. The rhino places his big hand on the dog's head before gently shaking him back and forth, scolding him. Yes, sir. I think he's getting dizzy, but he's not fighting it. So, who's your friend? I didn't notice the dragon expected me until he got too close for comfort. He's wild to me now. Oh, he was helping me look for you two. Not really. Well, thank you for looking after my boneheaded subordinate. Ah, come on. Don't be mean to Saber like that. The dragon groans. He wasn't talking about me, you idiot. Now, don't fight. Not in front of, sorry, what was your name? The rhino flashes me a friendly smile. Friendly is the last thing I expect from him based on his appearance. I mean, ghost. Ghost, huh? That's fitting. What with your pure white hair? Why? It immediately drew me to him. It is rather astonishing. I didn't know human hair could get like that. It happens more often than you think, though still uncommon. Usually has to do with trauma. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's a necessary sacrifice, Patsy. You know that. I know. Hey, can I touch your hair? Without having a chance to answer, the wolf takes my ponytail into his paws, slightly stroking it. Wow, soft. This is definitely his natural hair color. At least it is now. They're getting a little too close for my liking. Barely any reaction to pain, too. Pain. The dragon holds up his now bloody claw to show the wolf. I freeze as I look down. My forearm has 3 clean slash marks, each dripping blood. The wolf happily sniffs his companion's claw. No doubt about it, he's a carrier, he happily exclaims. King chuckles as he picks up on my tinsel. Wasn't expecting that. At the drop of a hat, all 3 of their expressions turn sinister. Well, boys, look like we found ourselves a runaway. The old man back at Resu's going to love this. My eyes widen as I realize just how surrounded I am. Now, don't try to do anything funny here, Cyrus. Holy shit, this is bad. Instinctively, I start to slow down my perception of time. They're going to try and cancel me. I need to get out of here. I materialize a smoke bomb into my right hand and then chuck it to the ground as fast as I can. Purple haze fills the immediate area. I narrowly avoid being grabbed by the wolf as I start spreading down the street where Aaron went. Where the fuck did Aaron go? CAI, send a message to unable to process order. Mental link is unstable. Please lower your heart rate. Are you kidding me? Useless piece of... They're right, though. I need to calm down. Think rationally. What would Silver do in this situation? I look behind me while running. The street is still filled with smoke, and I don't see any signs of King and his goons. Most of the vendors and customers barely pay any mind, including my running frantically. Eventually, I decide on an alley to run down and hide in. The thought of hiding crosses my mind. My bleeding arm is only a matter of time until Patsy finds me. What if there are eight? I narrowly avoid being grabbed by the wolf as I start sprinting down the street where Aaron went. Where the fuck did Aaron go? CAI. Send a message to unable to process order. Mental link is unstable. Please lower your heart rate. Are you kidding me? Useless piece of... They're right, though. I need to calm down. Think rationally. What would Silver do in this situation? I look behind me while running. The street is still filled with smoke, and I don't see any signs of King and his goons. Most of the vendors and customers barely pay any mind, including my running frantically. Eventually, I decide on an alley to run down and hide in. The thought of hiding crosses my mind. With my bleeding arm, it's only a matter of time until Patsy finds me. What if there are other agents here looking for me? Damn it. I put myself back to the present to try and calm myself down. My exasperated breath echoes in the alley. I grab another medicine ball, taking more than the recommended dose. Sorry, Vita. I hope you don't mind that I take more than I'm supposed to. I chew it quickly before gulping it down. After just a minute, I start to feel wired and attentive. I'm borderline overstimulated. If this is what I have to do to survive, then so be it. Not even bothering with the mental lead, I text Aaron and SOS. I need you now. Aaron doesn't reply right away. I'm so on edge that every sound I hear makes me consider slowing down time. I can't waste it though. I need to wait for an actual threat. Aaron replies soon after, giving me a rough location of where he should be. Boss, he's down here. I can smell him. CAI, pinpoint Aaron now. I don't even know if that's something they can do. Aaron Cosmos is 100 meters to your right. Turn right the corner and... Before they finish, I start to screen off and make a break for it. Sure enough, I see Aaron running in the distance. A wave of release washes over me. We meet up in the middle of a big intersection connecting 4 alleyways. After we catch up to each other, I can't even speak. I'm too busy catching my breath. I'm practically hunched over. Cyrus, what happened? Are you hurt? Oh shit, what happened to your arm? There's... Fucking calm down already. Wilson, they're here. Aaron starts paying attention to me. He looks down the alley behind me. He promptly steps around me, using his body as a shield. I can hear him growl. Biting my lip, I stand up and compose myself the best I can. Now, why do you have to do all that, Cyrus? King, Patsy, and Saber blocked the alleyway. You really had to drag other people into your problems. That's not very manly of you, I have to say. I promised we weren't going to hurt you. Mainly because that's impossible, right? My mind's telling me to run, to get as far away from here as I can. Aaron is defending me. He's giving me a chance to, isn't he? That's exactly why I can't leave. I move forward to stand next to Aaron. I lower myself into a defensive position. Cyrus, don't. I'm not going to leave you behind. I'm not leaving anyone behind ever again. Look at that. Maybe I do have some fire in me. Diana would be proud. King cracks his knuckles and then his neck. Now that's what I'm talking about. Just so you know, we have orders to bring you back alive. Darius has so much he wants to talk to you about. Like I give him the time of day. But you know what? I'm not surprised. He's a fool if he thinks I understand anything but bullets with him. Feisty, also feisty. That's much I'd love to tangle with you. Aaron interrupts him by breaking a metal bat out of his axiom. It has more than a few dents on it. I'd say pretty kitty over here is more my weight class. Boys, you can deal with the runaway. Didn't know members of the Fracture were so cowardly. You don't know the half of it. Wanna know how long it's been since I was able to go wild? Way too long. King takes out a pair of brass knuckles from his axiom. Pencil pushing, reports, recruitment. None of that shit matters to me. The only thing that gets my blood pumping is smearing someone else's blood across the wall. Especially blood from that 2-bit resistance you think will mean a damn, or it gets me going. Sons, seriously, don't hesitate to run. I can handle this on my own. I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm more than ready for this. I materialize a knife into my hand. A good master. Alright? King cackles. Fuck. Let's sort this up, yeah? King points at Aaron. Let's leave the runts to scuffle. Just you and me. Got it? Whatever you say. Aaron looks at me one more time. I nod for him to go. Aaron takes a deep breath before readying the bat in his hand. That leaves the wolf and dragon to me. They're nothing compared to King, but even so. 2 versus 1 is not ideal. Saber, Patsy, they give each other a nod before splitting off from King. At first they're just walking, now they run. They're running in circles around me in opposite directions. I think they are trying to confuse me. The full force of that medicine is starting to kick in. I'm able to instantly lower my heart rate to prepare a counterattack. Except I do my best to track their movements. For slow time standards, they're kind of fast. I need to compensate for that. I hear something muffled from behind me. I turn around to see they're starting their assault. I quickly get into a defensive position. I narrow my eyes and hold my knife like silver tightly. They're trying to attack me on both of my sides with their claws. My one knife isn't going to cut it. I see several areas where I could stab the dragon. His neck is completely exposed, barring that collar. I'm still not sure if I have what it takes to strike something vital. At this point, that might be all I can do. Not to mention, he probably has a lot of skills as a dragon. I have to go for something fleshier. The dragon advances first, so I pivot myself backwards to try to avoid him. When I do, the wolf is able to grab my left arm. His claw dig into my skin. That's fine. Do all you want to me. With Saber's forward momentum, I gently thrust my knife into his neck. I let him do most of the work. It's tough to avoid the collar, but I was able to leave a deep enough gash above it, which causes him to lose his balance. Patsy lets go of my arm. I can hear him slowly calling out to Saber as he rushes over to his comrade. I use this opportunity as one last bit of energy to force myself forward. To catch up to him? Fine. I dropped my knife to grab both of their heads, with the other hand, before slamming them into each other. Once I confirmed they were solid hits, I let go and make sure they fall to the ground while my slow time. Seconds go by, I can see them slowly twitching. Sabre's neck is still bleeding everywhere. I think I see one of Patsy's fangs on the ground too. I wait another minute just to confirm they're out cold. My heart starts to really heat up. I can't keep this up much longer. I bring myself back to the present to compose myself. I clutch my heart with one hand while looking at the one Patsy got a hold of. I'm bleeding, but it's nothing some bandages won't fix. It wasn't a clean victory, but it was a victory nonetheless. I'm so happy that I nearly forgot about the other casing. Wonder how Aaron's doing. I hear a metallic clang from behind me, instantly turning my head. I can't believe it that Rhino's lifting Aaron high off the ground with one hand. King's face is covered in blood, and I don't know whose. With Aaron's throat still gripped in his hand, he kneels to pick up the bat. He raises it high and is ready to swing. Aaron's face is a mixture of fear and desperation as he tries to claw into Rhino's arm. He breaks off more than a couple of claws while doing so. I don't care what condition my heart is in right now. I have to save him. I slow down for the third time, the most I've ever done. My heart feels like it's on fire, but I don't care. I need Aaron. I can't let him die. I focus on the Rhino's bulky neck. My biggest target yet. Say aye. Knife now. Yes, operator. Once it's done materializing, I sprint forward, intent on killing to protect someone I love. Despite my attempt to minimize noise that catches King's attention, he slowly starts to look at me, grinning wildly as he raises the bat higher. His tilted head gives me an even bigger. Anticipation is overwhelming. My insides are burning. I have one chance. I zip as high as I can, knife in hand. I think back to something several taught me. You don't slash with a knife. You pierce. I thrust the blade as hard as I can, right into this bastard's neck. The one thing I didn't take into account about slow time was how long I have to experience failure. My knife snapped cleanly in half. It doesn't even scratch the Rhino's hide. He cackles. It's all the more grating in this mental state. Look at Aaron, he looks at me. I'm so sorry I failed. As the Jackson sets in, I feel more numb than when I was a lab rat. Good thing too, King is about to retaliate. He slams Aaron against the wall, leaving him stunned. With his right hand now free, King swings his fist toward me. My vision blurs at the edges. The most I can do is raise my arms in a measly attempt to defend my head. King knocks me out of slow time, and I fly across the alley, meeting the opposite wall with a resounding thud. I'm so rattled that I don't have time to assess the damage I've taken. All I know is that I can barely breathe. Did he hit me so hard that he forced my own forearms against my neck while I was trying to defend myself? But I can't concentrate. I'm sure I've broken my fair share of bones too. I think I might be dying. It takes all my energy to even lift my head. Consider that payback for what you did to my men, Cyrus Contrail. He turns his attention back toward Aaron. He once again grabs him by the neck, this time with enough force that Aaron starts to salivate all over the Rhino's arm. You don't mind if I do the same to him, right? King laughs as he readies the baseball bat, sizing up Aaron before slamming him in the gut with it. And now Aaron wants to scream in pain, but he can't. I can't even cry. There's no way I can slow time again, let alone stand up. There must be something I can do, right? CAI, can you hear me? This operator mental link is unstable but still viable. Please tell me, what can I do to take him down? You're smart, you must be able to come up with something. Please. A pistol materializes into my hand. After analyzing the hardness of the target's neck, basing on strike, I have come up with one possible solution. I feel something else in the palm of my hand. It's an empty casing. Chance of failure is 86% in your current condition. In my lodestar, I will accommodate the best that I can. Thank you, CAI. I feel like I'm still in slow time as I force my body to work. My fingers are so shaky that I nearly dropped the blue gem as I try to load it into the damn thing. Pushing the casing in, I load the gun. I weighted myself. My first instinct is at King's head, but rather his arm. I need to get him off of Aaron somehow. I can feel the gun start to rev up, which didn't happen before. I'm not even sure what's going to happen, but I have to try. For him. Ready to fire, operator. When I pull the trigger, I expect to hear something loud. While I do, I also see something so bright that I have to immediately close my eyes. It feels like an eternity for the brightness to die down even longer before I get the courage to open my eyes. When I do, I feel nothing but relief. Aaron is choking up a storm, but he's breathing. King is screaming, but I can barely hear him on account of my ringing ears. He's clutching his new stump of an arm. Whatever shot out of the gun blew a hole right through it. He's not bleeding either. I can only assume that the blast was hard enough to catalyze it. I can't help but smile. It did something useful. My face fades as he turns his attention to me. I see him mouthing something. A look of fear takes over his face as he looks back at the entrance of the alley. I'm not sure what it could be. I can't move anymore. I have expected him to try to finish us off. Instead, he takes both Patsy and Saber over his shoulder. He then sprints away. Let out a second exhale before slowly turning my head to see what spooked him so much. Thankfully, I don't have to wait too long as Silver and Rose rush to the scene. Silver heads over to me immediately, checking my vitals with his paw. He looks absolutely mortified. He calls something out to Karen. My hearing is slowly starting to come back. Grab everything you can. We're getting the hell out of here. I'm on it, don't worry. What about the bites? Can you write with silence like that? Of course I can. Don't insult me. I smirk even while knocking on Dale's door. It's nice to hear some friendly banter again. Silver doesn't even bother to get me to walk. He gives me a piggyback ride, doing most of the work to get me on his back. It's kind of funny to be carried like this by someone shorter than me. That's about all the humor I can find in this situation. As Silver takes me away, I slowly turn my head to see how Aaron's doing. Aaron's a little bit slower, but she's still able to carry him with relative ease. I arch my eyebrows in worry. I can't speak, so that's all I can do. Karen sees me and gives me a wink. Don't sweat it, Cyrus. He's been through worse. He'll be fine. I promise. She emphasizes that for me. I smile back at her. The last bit of my stamina gives out, and I rest my head against Silver's shoulder. I don't think I can sleep in my current condition. I'm scared that I won't wake back up. My last struggle of the day is to make it back home without passing out. Still, I can rest easy. I was able to do something. The next day at Wisdom, alright, so next time we'll start chapter 16, and we'll be seeing more of Lance here at Resum. So when he first met those guys from Resum, he sort of just, I think he sort of just cut the conversation short and walked off. I mean, I think he just sort of told them that he has to go somewhere or just tried to stop the conversation. But instead, he kept on talking to them, and that and that's what made them figure out that he's a runaway, that he ran for Resum. He sort of just cut the conversation short and just walked away from them. So, and with them walking close, be all close up to Cyrus and all that, they certainly had an idea that Cyrus was a runaway, which was the reason why they were up close to him like that. Now, when I first saw the wolf wear a collar, that's what made me think that he was part of Resum because he had a collar on just like Cyrus does. All of them had collars on. So they're being controlled by Resum just like Cyrus is. I mean, Lance. They're all being controlled by Resum just like Lance is. So we enjoyed this chapter because we get to see Cyrus go into action, instead of just being on the sidelines and watching everybody else do the work for him and all the saving for him. He decided to take action himself and defend those he cares about. So he got the gun and he, I don't know, like lasered or shot the guy, the rhino. I don't know, but he was able to slice the rhino's arm off. And that way he caught him off guard, the rhino did, because that's what he knew, that Cyrus was no pushover. He was somebody that was going to do what he had to do to defend himself and the people who he cared about. So, yeah, the rhino and his gang, they thought Cyrus would be an easy person to get. And so, and considering that Cyrus is a human MC, I'm also very happy that he was able to defend himself, because in a lot of these VNs were humans as MCs. They're portrayed as being these puny, weak people who are completely helpless, and they have to depend on the furry characters to protect them and save them. But this is a rare instance of a human MC saving and protecting the furry characters. Like Aaron, he's taking matters into his own hands to protect himself and Aaron from these guys from Resum. So that's what I really liked about this chapter. So we're going to start chapter 16 next time. And it's going to be a big chapter, a very big chapter. So, thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye. Aaron hops onto Kevin's bike, and I do the same with Silver's. Once we're both situated, we take off. We'll be there soon. Start thinking of things you want. Get a big gun, like a really big gun. He needs to get something he can actually use. Why can't he use a big gun? Because right now he can barely use a small gun. Oh, don't worry, Si. You'll get used to it. Right. I can hear Aaron chuckling. Jokes aside, ideally you want something that can be easily stored. We'll look for some pistols and extra knives. Maybe some smoke bombs and grenades. Big gun, big gun, big gun. Maybe next time, Rose. Uh-huh. How about a sniper rifle? That's big enough for you? Oh, hell yeah. You want to learn to snipe? I thought about it. It would keep me out of danger for the most part, right? That's a good point. It would be perfect for you, now that I think about it. Then you can actually pull the trigger? Probably not right away, but I could learn. It's a tough thing to learn, Solace. Solace is pretty tough, but not so sure on the, killing part. I've been thinking about what you said, Solace, about how ironic it would be for you to kill someone when you were training to be a doctor. I know in the spur of the moment you said you were ready for this, but are you really prepared to take someone's life? Guess it depends on the situation, I don't know. I'd like to think I could if I need to. You will, especially if you stick with us. Not to be a party pooper, Solace, but pretty words will only get you so far in this industry. I appreciate it, Talon. Believe me, I know. I've thought about what it means to take a life a couple of times. It's easy to sugarcoat it with things that, like, they deserve it, or I had no choice, or some other bullshit. So as of right now, I'm not sure if I can. I guess that's something I'll figure out when the time comes.